We'll take questions from the floor. Anton, if we begin with you.
Sure. Hey, Alex, nice to
Hello,
see
you too.
Alex, first off, just tell me, after the game the other night, what position is this team in? How are you all feeling going into the presumably very difficult game?
Yeah, really good. Obviously travelled over after the game and got some really much needed recovery in. I think it was the first 90 minutes for a couple of players as well. So recovery was the most important thing the following 2 days afterwards. We've trained since then twice and training's been really good. I think it's been really intense and we've looked at things that we've done well in the game and things that we can improve on and tried to make changes.
Looking back to this time a year ago, first game was about just winning, right? Second game was when you made a statement. Is this what you're hoping for this time?
I think we're not going to compare tournaments. I think it's very different. We've got a different squad, but like you said, the most important thing was to get the 3 points, and in a major tournament, the win's the most important thing. I think our focus quickly changed to Denmark after we'd reviewed the Haiti game, and that's the focus now for the next few days.
When you reviewed the Haiti game, what was the feeling and what was the message to try to in a way, how you improve?
I think being really honest, I think we were happy to get the win. They were a tough opposition. I think people massively underestimated them, and I think we prepared definitely for what they were to bring, and maybe some people weren't aware of their strengths like we were. But I think now, moving forward, it's put the game to bed and focus on the strengths of Denmark.
Right, Alex, look, it's been a while since England scored open play. It's been a while since England scored more than one goal in a game. Is it a concern?
I mean, for me, no. I see the girls every day in training, so it's not a concern for me. I think the games that you've just said have come in a small space of time, and I think we've proved in the past that we can score goals. We've got players all over the pitch who can score goals and are dangerous in different moments. I think in football you go through little spells where you might not score as many goals as you'd like, but the chances are created, and I think that's the most important thing.
Thanks, Anton. Take questions from the floor if you raise your hand. Yep, we'll go there.
Hi Alex, good afternoon. Greenwood, Britain. Well done against your win against Haiti. Serena Wiegman said that the game lacked ruthlessness. Looking ahead, what changes can you give us that we'll see on the pitch in the game against Denmark?
I don't know about changes in terms of personnel, but I think for us, coming away from the game, we definitely created enough chances to score more goals. I think that's what I was just saying before. That's not a concern. It's we've got to put the ball in the back of the net when we have those chances, and I think that'll come. We've got enough players and enough quality in this team to create the chances and to put the ball in the back of the net.
And can I ask also with the preparations, we've seen some fun that you've all had while watching and cups of coffee. How are you sort of staying calm? How's the team maintaining the nerves ahead of Friday?
Well, we've got an amazing base camp that we've just arrived at. A lot of people are doing a lot of colouring in and jigsaws, and we've got an unbelievable setup with a games room, and I suppose the younger players play a bit more games than the older players, but it's a relaxed camp. The staff make it really relaxed for us, and the players who are experienced help the younger players feel relaxed, so there's no concern there.
And lastly, obviously, before the tournament started, we saw lots of conversations around bonuses. The team saying we're going to put that on pause. I mean, would you like to see a public backing from the PM for the Lionesses, given that you said that you'll back your legacy?
I think right now the statement was what it was, and that's where we'll leave it. I think the focus for us now is to play football, to focus on the games, and the next game's Denmark, and that's our focus.
Thanks very much. Yes.
Hiya,
Hello.
I'm Shaniqua from BBC News Rounds. There's loads of kids back in the UK cheering you on. What do you think needs to change in the women's game to help the next generation flourish?
Change, I think the change already happening. I think we made that change last summer for more opportunity in schools, and that's where it starts at a young age. I think I still have regular contact with my school now back at home, and the most important thing for us as a squad is for young girls and boys to have opportunity, and I think we're getting there.
Thank you. Yes, we'll go to Katie from BBC.
Alex, obviously this is a new team with new partnerships forming all over the pitch. For you personally, what's it like coming into a tournament when you don't necessarily know what position you're going to be playing in,
I knew. I was prepared. I knew my role in the team, whether that's centre back, whether that's left back. We've all played in them positions before, whether that's at club or country, and we might not play together every week at club, but we're very familiar with each other. And that's in training. We've been in a training camp for 3 weeks together before the tournament started, and that's enough time to prepare for your partnerships and you build up play and you know, relationships. But as the tournament starts, them things develop naturally as well. So for us, again, it's just about keep doing that in training, keep forming them partnerships, and eventually it'll come together.
Obviously, Denmark have several players that you'll be familiar with playing in the WSL. Is it harder being having played in the WSL one that everyone's talking about? What sort of challenge are you expecting from her and for the rest of the Denmark team?
Yeah, like you said, I think Pernille herself is what she's achieved in the game's been outstanding, and I think I'm very much aware of her from playing against her for Chelsea and the problems she causes. Likewise, the other players, they've got some really good individuals all over the pitch, but obviously she's classed as their main threat, and rightly so. So I think for us it's about nullifying their threats, her being one of them, and we'll have a game plan to do that.
Thanks. We'll go to Emma.
Yeah, hi. So you mentioned there about the sort of colouring that you're doing. What's your go-to activity in the camp?
I'm actually loving colouring in at the moment. I found me inner childhood Alex again. But yeah, I'm enjoying that. Obviously, coffees, walks. It's been my go-to at the moment.
What sort of things are you colouring?
Oh, all kinds. All kinds. Whatever I can get my hands on. I think I'm running out now of spaces.
Yes, Simon.
How much does it help when you're trying to find a way to stop harder that you've got Jess and obviously Millie that know her so well from Chelsea?
Yeah, well, they trained with her day in, day out for the last however many years, so they'll give us, the others, some tips, and I suppose it does help. I suppose Millie played up against her in training, likewise Jess, so yeah, I'm sure they know how to stop it. I'm sure they'll share that information with us as well.
And for you in that defence, I think gets to you more touches than anyone else on the pitch. How much do you enjoy that responsibility of being the one to sort of bring the ball out and dictate the play from the back?
I didn't know that stat, but yeah, that's part of my game and something I enjoy to do. I like to have possession of the ball, and I like to build up play from the back. That's something I pride myself on, so I don't overthink stats too much. I think they don't always show a true reflection of the game, but for me personally, it's something I want to do. I want to keep the ball. I want to give the ball to the players who've got to make things happen.
Thanks, Simon. We'll go to Luke at the Telegraph.
Alex, you've obviously played and you've represented your country in a number of tournaments. How does this feel different? Does it feel bigger on a larger scale than it has done previously?
Yeah, it does. It feels like, well, it's proven it's the biggest tournament we've had. I think obviously last year being at home, that was a special feeling to have a home Euros, but this one does feel big in the sense of being in Australia, but yeah, 42,000 fans there and quite a lot to support us. So yeah, for me it feels different, but it feels like it's exactly where it's meant to be.
And is it nice if you're, maybe a bit more difficult question, you obviously played your part in the Euros, a big part in the Euros, but does it feel different this year and that you know you're probably going to be starting?
No, I think I prepare, it's probably the same answer, but I prepare every tournament regardless of whether I'm going to be used on the pitch or off, and that will never change for me, whether it's for England or if it's for club. I'll always prepare the same way, so in that sense, no, not really. I think obviously now I've played the first game, my preparation after looks different in terms of recovery and stuff like that, but I treat every game the same.
We've been talking a lot about new combinations on the pitch, and Lauren said yesterday that you can sort of see those combinations beginning to click now in training. Is that how you see it as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a case of coming together and trying different things with different people. Everyone has different strengths, and our wingers are all so gifted in different ways. Whoever you play with, you try and play to their strengths.
Thank you.
Thanks, Luke. Yes, we'll go to Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Ask you a bit more about the base camp. Have you had a go at the virtual reality headsets yet? And if so, what sort of things do you do with them?
I didn't even know we had them.
Nor did I.
I don't think I've got round to that part of it yet. It's that big. Base camp, unbelievable. Like I've just said, it's got everything we could think of. It's got so much to keep us busy in our spare time, and we're really lucky and really grateful for what we've been given.
Yeah, who's trying
Well, as we left there, it was Hempo and Neve. I think I see them a lot on it. You have had a go, right? Yeah. I think Hempo's really good, actually. So, but I'm not playing table tennis. It's not for me.
Yes.
You touched on the crowd, having a lot of supporters for you guys in the first game. Did that take you by surprise, just how many England fans were either here in Australia or have travelled to Australia to support you?
Yeah, somewhat, a little bit. I think in the build-up to the game around Brisbane, when we were walking about, to be fair, we had a lot of people wish us good luck, and obviously a few Aussies that wished us well until they played. But no, a surprise in the sense of the amount of supporters we had. But it's brilliant, and I think it just shows what we've done as a team and where we're at.
Do you think that'll be a bit of an advantage going further into the competition?
I think having fans at your game and supporting you is always an advantage. It's something that we pride ourselves on, having our fans. So, I mean, I hope so.
Yes, Neil.
I just wonder if you can give us a bit of a professional's appreciation of what it is that Pernille Harder does that makes her such a talent.
Good question. I think she's... Question done. I think the runs into the box she makes, I think she's how tidy she is on the ball. For a player who's maybe quite slight, a hold-up play is brilliant. She scores a lot of goals. I think she scores all type of goals. She's got a great strike on her. I could give her more compliments, but I won't. So, but no, she's a top player, and that's why she's won the amount of trophies that she has.
Thanks, Neil. Yes, Jacob.
Yeah, we've seen massive amounts of injury time this tournament. What do you make of that? Is it something you've spoken about as a sport to have to deal with?
It's part of the game. I think it is what it is. It's just as the game continues, it's not something we focused on. Obviously, I think in the first half, we had 9 minutes added on, and I think at times I felt like it should have been a bit more. But it's where we're at with VAR, and it's going to be no issue for us.
Thanks. Yes, Molly.
We've seen an increase in the penalties in this tournament. I think it was 8 in the first 8 games. Obviously, there was one in the England game as well. As a defender, is that anything you consider, or do you feel quite comfortable with VAR now? Because obviously we did have it in 2019 too, but we don't have it obviously in domestic football very much.
I think personally, as a defender, you've got to obviously be smart with your challenges in certain areas. I think you should be anyway. But if you defend properly or use it in the right positions, then you kind of shouldn't have to hope VAR helps you out. But it's going to come into play at times, and that's part of the game now. And I think we're getting used to it.
Thanks. Any last questions, Holly?
Obviously, it's quite different to the River Mersey and Crosby Beach, but being by the water, reminds you of home. And are you enjoying it around Tarragall?
Yeah, well, I haven't actually lived at home for a while, but yeah, it's so nice to be by a beach, and I think this is their winter, which feels like summer to us English. So yeah, it's been lovely and really refreshing to come somewhere where there's nice places to go, nice places to walk, and the sun's out.
And obviously, Georgia Stanway was quoted the other day saying that she has to pinch herself because she realises that a childhood dream is coming true. Does this feel surreal for you? I know loads of work has gone into this over your entire life to get to this point, but you talk about making bracelets and keeping those mementos. I mean, is this a really surreal experience for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think no matter how many major tournaments you go to with your country, everyone feels more special. I think for me, this is my 3rd World Cup, and when I get the call and I'm told I'm coming, it feels like it's my first one. And even when I'm here, because I'm seeing other players experience their debut at a World Cup, and then moments to do it together is really special. So I agree with Georgia, it is a moment where you do pinch yourself at times, and I'm obviously really grateful to be a part of this squad.
Thank you. Any final questions? We'll go to Adam and then we'll end there.
You just said it's your 3rd World Cup. You've got this great things back in terms of how does it compare, how much have things progressed since 2015 to be where you are?
From what I can remember from 2015, yeah, significantly. I think we've always been very well looked after as a squad, but I think where the games are then to now is we can all probably see it's massively improved, and The competition's much higher. The teams have improved. So I think the game's growing, and I think this tournament speaks for itself.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, thanks, Don. No worries. Pleasure.